I'm here at the corner of, this is the southeast corner of 1526 3rd Street, which is basically right across the street from 1525 3rd and 1523 3rd, which we have previously surveyed. The owner, this is actually a reasonably big lot, but the owner really wants just this area out in front of the property remediated, and a lot of it is walkway, and he's going to move a couple of the big plants out, and so he wants it just worked around here on the edge, and you can see some of this stuff will get moved out, and you can see the paint on the wall. The owner actually was a painter and claims that someone had stripped off most of the lead paint on this, so that even though the paint looks terrible, there isn't a whole lot of lead paint on. You can see the different color. This green up here is undoubtedly was the leaded paint. He's lived here for about 14 years. Again, the area he wants done is basically this area from right here where the steps come down back to the fence where he's standing. And so it's a relatively small area to be remediated, even though the house has got some obvious painting issues, and the owner's kind of a reclaimed metal kind of junkyard kind of reclaimer, which thank God we got people reclaiming stuff, but it creates some issues when we're working around. There's a lot of kind of homemade brickwork, etc., that we won't touch. I'm now proceeding from the driveway due north into the area we'll be remediating. And again, the area we're going to remediate is this area right here where there's plywood down and everything, and he'll move this material into his true backyard before we do it, so we can have access. He's got numerous cars on site that he is working on, and we'll have to get those cars moved. And again, we can see some of the electrical, not electrical, the plumbing. This looks like a water line going there. And so now we're at kind of the northeast corner of the residence. You can see this orange marker I made, and that's our survey point. It turns out it drops about 6 inches from this point all the way out to the street. So what we're doing, this shouldn't cause any drainage problems at all. This is the backyard that the owner doesn't want to be remediated, primarily because of this acacia tree here, which is a beautiful tree, and apparently the roots are very close to the surface, and he wants to put concrete back here to make sure it's not damaged at all. You can see back under this overhead that he's got actually 3 cars back there, and then a Connex box with lots of metal in it, and so this area, although it's part of the lot, is not something that will actually be remediated. So at the end of the day, what we're remediating is right from this little temporary fence on the eastern side of the property going due south out to 3rd Street.